Hello, this is Heather, and I chose VoiceThread as my new technology that has some new features that I wanted to take a look at. And so, VoiceThread is a multimedia discussion tool. You can have multimedia online discussions, or you can create assignments for students also, where they create VoiceThread presentations. So, I talked about how it allows for multimedia discussions, but the VoiceThread is made by VoiceThread.com and it integrates with Blackboard Learn through a technology called LTI. And so there is the ability to add VoiceThread to your Blackboard course. They have licenses for K through 12 institutions as well as higher ed. So it allows students to upload images, video, do recording of audio, usually typically a voice, and make comments on videos and on images, and to leave text commenting. If they choose not to use their voice, they can always express themselves through text. VoiceThread has an annotation pencil tool, which they refer to as the doodle tool, to draw on any images or documents that you upload. And so what I'll do is take you to their website now and do the short overview video that they have that describes it.
A VoiceThread is a media player that has a highly interactive discussion space built right within it. Teachers or students upload pictures, videos, presentations, or documents into this online collection that looks and feels like a slideshow, but it's what comes next that's most important. After the media is added, teachers and students will record comments about it, presenting their work, asking questions and answering them, critiquing each other's ideas, and engaging in an ongoing conversation. The skills that students will develop using VoiceThread are exactly the skills now widely accepted as critical to successful learning, working, and frankly just plain living in the 21st century. One of the least known and most interesting facts about VoiceThread is its diversity of uses, from recording kindergartners' narrative storytelling all the way through postgraduate studies in business and medical schools. It's the very same tool used in hundreds of different ways to great effect. So after taking a look at this video, head on over to voicethread.com/research to see all the third-party research that's being conducted on VoiceThread's impact on teaching and learning. But before getting into any details about specific features or functions of the platform, let's take a look at a couple of examples.
Okay, so you may have noticed too that I have live annotation or live captioning turned on in Chrome. I'm in Chrome browser right now. That's a new feature too, a new tool, and you can turn it on through settings for the browser under accessibility. But let's take a look at their research page for VoiceThread. And here you can narrow down by higher ed or K through 12, language learning, professional development, or you can simply just scroll through the headings of the articles that they have available that discuss cases where people have implemented VoiceThread in their courses. So what can be done with VoiceThread? Let me go into presentation mode again. So what I wanted to try out is the first type of assignment where students create a voice thread and comment on other people's voice threads. And they have a new student gallery feature with this assignment interface where students don't have to remember to share their voice thread with the entire class. The teacher can set it up through the assignment. And that way they can just simply go into that student gallery and find and listen to other people's voice threads to comment on. So this new feature is not activated by default. And in my example, I'll show you how to activate it for your voice thread. So I'll demonstrate how to add the voice thread homepage, how to locate your voice thread course, and turn on that new features. There is a commenting assignment where they're presented with a VoiceThread presentation that the teacher has loaded, and they have a discussion on it. It could be a quiz-like question or VoiceThread, or they could practice speaking a foreign language. A third type is for them to watch something. This might be a lecture that the professor has loaded or some sort of compliance training at an organization. And there's statistics that you can get to see if somebody's watched everything that they have to watch. Okay, so I'm going to take you into my demonstration right now of how to use this tool and set up this type of assignment and demonstrate how the students submit the assignment, and then I'll go over how the professor can go in and grade the assignment. For this presentation, I'm going to talk about how you can add a VoiceThread assignment to a Blackboard Learn course. So this is a type of assignment where the students create voice threads. They can share them through a student gallery, which is a feature of VoiceThread's new assignment tool, and comment on one another's assignments. And the instructor also has the ability to see, comment, and grade those assignments, which will report back to the Grade Center as points. So when you use VoiceThread in a course, it's a good idea to just put a link to the home page in VoiceThread by going under the Tools area, selecting VoiceThread from the list. I'm going to call this VoiceThread home page and track number of views. I'm not going to enable evaluation on this because this is just simply a link to their homepage and my homepage where we can all create voice threads outside of the assignment area before adding them to them. So why am I doing this? It's because you have to make a copy of a voice thread on your homepage if you're going to select it for an assignment, because what happens is it gets deleted when you copy a course from semester to semester. So if you're reusing a course that you've designed in a previous semester, you don't want to lose that original voice thread and the ability to add it as an example for the students coming up. Okay, so let me hit submit. And at the bottom of my page here, I have this link and you'll want to click into it. There, it's an LTI, so it's going to launch into VoiceThread's website. So it's integrated with Blackboard, but yet it does take you outside of Blackboard to create this VoiceThread. So I'm going to choose VoiceThread homepage. And I'm going to return to the course. Okay, so I can also use this breadcrumb trail here to go back to my homepage at the top. Okay, so now when I click into this and launch it, it takes me to my VoiceThread homepage. So to use that fancy new student gallery that they've developed, you want to find your course that you have added VoiceThread to in your course list, go beside of it and click this gear icon for the course settings. And under new features, click that arrow to expand what the new feature options are. And make sure the radio button for start using this new feature for this course, and then click save. I've already added it, so it's just going to tell me that I've added it so far. Okay, so if you want to create examples for your students, those are also going to be located on your VoiceThread homepage. And you can simply copy them by checking off to the left and then clicking this copy button if you need to be able to add it to a VoiceThread assignment, perhaps as a demonstration. So now we're at a point where we're going to add an assignment, VoiceThread assignment to our course. And we're going to do it through going under the Tools menu again, selecting VoiceThread. I'm going to call this assignment Demonstration of how you are implementing accessible formatting in a PowerPoint presentation. Okay, and I'll paste in the instructions that I copied for this assignment, which is simply to take a screenshot of how you've implemented accessible formatting in a PowerPoint presentation of your own, or you can create a screencast video of that process. And you can upload your screenshot as an image or your video to the voice thread and explain what you've done. If you have an image, you can do a comment narration over it and use the doodle tool to explain the accessible formatting. And then in this assignment, I want the students to reply to 2 others with a VoiceThread comment on their posts in the student gallery. I'm going to click yes for enable evaluation. This assignment will be worth 15 points. Visible to students. You can set a due date. I'm going to leave mine open for now. I want to track the number of views in Blackboard so I can make sure students are finding the assignment and clicking into it. And you can click the availability of this assignment, display after and display until. So this is the period of time in which the students have the link visible and are able to click into this assignment to be able to do it. You can leave this blank. Maybe you just want to add a due date so that they know when they have to have it done by. Click submit. Blackboard adds it at the very bottom of the page here. You're going to go ahead and click on that link that you just created to set up the assignment within the LTI. This is on VoiceThread side. So for this, I'm going to pick Assignment Builder because I want the students to create an assignment, or I want the students to create a voice thread. So I click on Assignment Builder. And I'm going to click Create. Students are required to make a voice thread using video, image, document, and presentation. Okay, with Create selected, I'm going to click Continue at the bottom. And then I'm going to decide, okay, how many comments are required for this assignment? So if I leave it at 1, that is at least 1 for them to explain what they did as far as formatting for accessibility. But you could increase this to 2 or perhaps 3. You could say, okay, I want 3 exactly, or I want perhaps 2 at minimum. And then you can pick which comment types are allowed. They can record their voice with their microphone, record their video with their webcam, use the telephone to narrate. They can upload an image or video. They can type text. We want to enable threaded commenting for this assignment because we're going to have the students comment on each other's voice threads. Moderation would be if you want to approve the comments before they're posted, but in order to expedite the process and just make sure everybody has access to the comments as soon as they're loaded, leave that unchecked. And it's kind of nice to let students delete their own comments and recreate them if they perhaps have some sort of technical issue. If you want to limit the length of each comment, you could do that. Like if you think they're going to get up away from their microphone with it turned on and say answer a door or something, you could set this limit to anything you want. Maybe it's 30 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm going to leave automatically advance to the next slide unchecked so they can control their movement through the student gallery and the viewing of the other students' posts. Playback, I'm going to allow them to initiate playback. It says when final comment on a slide is played, automatically advance to the next slide after. So you could time it, so you could give them like a 4-second interval after somebody's slide has played. But really, we want them to have time to process what's being said and have time to comment and reply to others. So I'm going to leave that unchecked. Allow download would allow them to download each other's voice threads. I'm not going to do that for this. Allow students to make a copy of their voice thread. Certainly, yes, that would be a nice thing to do in case they want to save it and reuse it later on down the road. Student gallery. Allow students to see each other's submissions for this assignment. Yes, this is what I want because I want them to comment on each other's work. Then I'm going to click continue at the bottom. I review my assignment title and instructions. Here's the message that will show after they've submitted the assignment. And you can put a start date. Perhaps I'm going to start this on Monday. And then the due date. You can just simply set the due date that you need to set for the assignment. And then allow students to resubmit the assignment. This could be a good idea, again, in case they have technical issues and they just need to go back in and resubmit. Allow students to view their assignment after submitting. Yes, I want that. And here's my grading. Do I want to do pass fail or do I want to give them a percentage? Perhaps I have a rubric somewhere that I'm evaluating them on, so I'm going to select percentage. And when I click publish, then the assignment will be set for the students. Okay, so in the next step, I'll go in as a fake student account and show how to submit this assignment and use the tools. Okay, so now I'm in as a student. I locate the link to the VoiceThread assignment and click on it here at the bottom. I click launch. I have the instructions for the assignment over here on the right, and it'll tell me at the bottom when this is due and how it's going to be scored. So when I'm ready, I'm going to go ahead and click Start Assignment. And for this one, I'm going to upload an image from my computer and do a comment on it. So I'll click Add from Computer, locate my image, select it and click Open. So now I'm going to select this and click the Edit button. I'm going to type my title, How to Add Alt Text by Heather Capret. I'm going to click Continue at the bottom. Now that my VoiceThread is open, I can make a comment by clicking this plus button down here at the bottom. And I'm going to use the microphone to comment, and I'm also going to use an annotation tool. So let's go ahead and start. I click on the microphone. Hi, in this demonstration, I'm going to talk about how you can add alt text to an image in PowerPoint. So at the bottom, I'm going to select whatever pencil color I want to use for drawing on this. So I explained that you can right-click on an image in PowerPoint, and from the context menu that pops up, you want to select Edit Alt Text. Then the Alt Text pane opens here on the right, and you can type in something that conveys the same meaning as the photo in the presentation. And I'm going to click Stop Recording when I'm done at the bottom. It's going to upload and play it back. Hi, in this demonstration, I'm going to talk about, okay, I pause. I'm okay with it. I click Save. So I'm not ready to actually submit this assignment yet. I could go to the student gallery now over on the right here, and I would have to view somebody else's assignment and make a comment on it because I have at least 2 comments due on this assignment before I can submit it. So I've gone to another assignment to show you the student gallery part where they go and look at other students' work. So here I am in the student gallery, and I pick another student's thread and I click View Thread to view it, and then click Play to play it back. Hi, this is a second example of formatting for accessibility. Okay, so once I've listened to it, I can simply hover over the original student's initials and click this arrow to reply to that person. And then I'll get the selection here of what I want to do. Do I want to record a video webcam feedback, or would I just want to do a narrated, or do I want to do a text? So I'll do a voice comment. And I have to allow for my microphone. Hi. Hi, this is very informative. I'm so glad that you showed me how to organize the order of content on the slide so that when a person with a screen reader listens to it, they hear it in the correct order and it makes logical sense to them. And I click stop recording, it'll play back. Hi, this is, and then I save. And so at that point, I've got my comment in, and I could do this for as many comments I need to make for this assignment, as many views as I need to make, and then go back and submit the assignment. So for grading this assignment, you would find the link to it. This is a previous assignment that I practiced with when I was learning how to use this tool. I'm going to click into it from the module. I'm going to launch VoiceThreads LTI. It takes me right to the grading page where on the right I can see who has submitted this assignment. There's my 2 fake student accounts. And if I just want to grade one, I click on that person. I click play to play back their VoiceThread here at the bottom. Hi, this is a second, and I can pause it. If I want to make a reply to this person, I simply hover over their initials and click this arrow to make a comment on it if I want to give verbal feedback. And then when I'm done, I can go over here on the right and give them a percentage for their grade and click Save Grade. If I need to unsubmit it for the student, that was under additional options here. If for some reason there's a glitch, like they just didn't get it, they didn't do it correctly, or some technical error, you can unsubmit it for them, or they can withdraw their submission on their end, either or, and then they can go ahead and redo it. So now that I've shown how to use VoiceThread as an assignment in a Blackboard course, I'd like to reflect on the tool. VoiceThread supports the community of inquiry framework. It engages the students and teacher in the 3 presences: social, cognitive, and teaching presence. It promotes social presence by giving students and the teacher the opportunity to interact with one another through commenting, critique, and sharing of knowledge. The ability for students to see and hear others' voices is something that can be lacking in an online course. VoiceThread gives us enhanced presence and improves communication. It allows for assignments that engage the students with the content of the course, giving them an opportunity to apply what they've learned to demonstrate new skills. This supports cognitive presence. It supports teaching presence by giving the instructor flexibility and creativity in the activities assigned. It provides a means for teachers to become part of the conversation within a threaded discussion. They can provide positive feedback to students, ask questions to clarify things, or make comments to steer students who are off track in meeting the learning objectives. The watch type of VoiceThread can allow teachers to directly instruct the students. And students also take part in the teaching presence by sharing their knowledge with others. VoiceThread assignments that ask students to create a mini presentation over course content and then share this with others in the course supports QM Standard 5.2. Standard 5.2 asks that learning activities provide opportunities for interaction that support active learning. These interactions take the form of student to content, student to student, student to instructor, or instructor to student. The VoiceThread assignment I demonstrated gets the students actively engaged in applying what they have learned within the module. The opportunity to present it within a student gallery and receive peer critique and student-to-student discussion provides means for student-to-student interaction. When instructors engage in the comments and the discussion, they provide that student-to-instructor, instructor-to-student interaction. This can take the form of the positive feedback, asking questions from the students to clarify things, or trying to steer them back on track if they're not meeting the learning objectives. VoiceThread supports universal design for learning principles. One of these principles is to provide multiple means of representation. In the assignment, I provide 2 examples of formatting for accessibility using audiovisual format. Other sections of my module have text, images, and some video, and these are narrated step-by-step examples. The VoiceThread assignment also provides for multiple means of expression with its toolset. The assignment gives students choice on what type of formatting for accessibility they want to master and demonstrate, and a variety of tools to do it with. They can provide images with text explanation, images with narration, a video cast demonstration. They have a pencil tool to draw out their ideas or point out what they are talking about. The assignment provides for active learning as part of scaffolding in the course. They practice applying accessible formatting on one thing for the VoiceThread assignment and learn it well enough to convey to others. Later on, they analyze a document for accessibility issues and explain how they would correct them. They pick 3 issues. And then for their final summative assignment, they create an accessible PowerPoint presentation, and this can be one of their own choosing, or they can use one that I provide for them. Looking at accessibility, the company has made efforts towards making VoiceThreads accessible. The VoiceThreads do integrate with replay media for professional human captioning, but they also allow users to caption their own voice threads. There's a version of VoiceThread called VoiceThread Universal for people who use screen readers. There are some issues if people upload documents which are images of text, because these are inaccessible to a screen reader. For any image that contains text, it's important to provide alternative description of what's there. And it can be difficult to navigate the interface and know what to click on next when doing VoiceThread for the first time. This slide shows the references I used. There's some on the VoiceThread website itself, an article on differentiated instruction and implications for universal design for learning implementation, an article on online teaching presence by the Online Learning Consortium, and the Quality Matters Higher Education Rubric 6th edition.